God damn it. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another gathering of the League of Sedentary Gentlemen. I am your host, Brian. Joining me tonight, Boomer and Fossil Gamer. Take two.
Yo.
Formatting the goddamn memory card, and oh man, my memory
Jeez,
card
don't
was full. We were 20 minutes in, dude.
Get a bigger
Technology.
memory card.
Goodness. Oh god. All right. So I guess I'll talk about what I wanted to talk about last week when we were not able to record, and it's something that we've talked about on the podcast before in the past, and I was hoping that Jade would be able to join us tonight because he's he loves to talk about it too. It's white privilege. If anybody was afraid of it not being a thing anymore, trust me, it's still a thing. And it's been a while since it's happened to me personally, but it happened at the Dodger game a couple weeks back. Hello Kitty night. So my coworker wanted to go to Hello Kitty night, and I went with him so that he can get 2 of the Hello Kitty things because he likes Hello Kitty, and I don't care about it, so I gave him mine. But anyways, so we're walking into the Dodger game, and when I say walking, I mean we've walked in. I'll get back to that in a moment. We walked to that shit. But anyways, we're walking into the Dodger game, and but before I go on, we went straight there after work, and so this is an important part of the story. We're walking in, and as the people in front of me are emptying their pockets for the metal detector, it clicked in my brain. I had a moment of panic. I still had my knife in my pocket from work. Yeah, from work, and you know how you know how you absorb certain tendencies from your coworkers when you work with them long enough. So having been working with Ron, I kind of became a knife person a little bit. And so the knife that I have for work, it's not cheap. It was like $130 knife. And I had like a 30-minute argument with myself in my head of like a 30-second argument in my head of, do I cop to it and plead with the guy to let me come back and claim it after the game? Or do I pretend like it's not in my pocket, and if they catch me, plead ignorance, and then still try to plead with the guy to claim it after the game? Well, the devil in my head won the argument, and I pretended like it wasn't in my pocket, and I just walked through. Metal detector went off, of course. It always does because of my belt anyway. So I walked through, metal detector went off, I looked straight at the dude with the wand, and he turned and looked the other way and didn't do anything. And I was like, okay. And so I grabbed my shit out of the basket and I walked forward.
Oh, jeez.
Right? It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Hold on. So I grabbed my shit out of the basket. I walk over and I notice that my friend's not behind me. And so I stop and I turn around. They stopped him and made him throw away his vape.
Oh.
He had a vape in his pocket and they made him throw it away. And I'm standing there like, I got a 4-inch blade in my pocket, and these motherfuckers didn't wand me, didn't pat me down, didn't, and my coworker, my friend from work, who's Filipino, right, and he has a vape in his pocket, and they make him throw it away, and I'm just thinking to myself like, fuck. White privilege is still a thing, and it just happened to me again. It's been a while since it's happened to me, but it has happened to me before in the past, and there it was again, rearing its ugly head at Dodger
Well,
Stadium.
most of the frontline workers at Dodger Stadium are Hispanic.
I know, and the dude who has the wand was a black guy, right? And it's just like, profiled. I was profiled. I had a collared shirt on, and we came from work. Right? No, I lied. I changed. I put my Dodger jersey on. So no, that's not even a thing. I had a Dodger jersey on. So I don't even know. Dude, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm a good actor. I totally just played it off. I knew I had that shit in my pocket. It snapped in my head as soon as I saw people emptying their pocket that I had that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I have mine. And I'm getting to the point where I take it with me wherever I go.
Yeah, I carry mine with me. Yeah.
There's a couple of concerts I'm going to go to this year. I'm going to go see Iron Maiden in September. And I keep telling myself, dude, don't take your knife or leave it in the car. Don't take it with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I hope I don't.
I'm pretty good at taking it out of my pocket. The thing was I left my work bag with my laptop and my iPad at work because, hey man, I love the Dodgers. I love LA, but I didn't want to get jacked. Then I'm no dummy. So I didn't want that shit in my truck all night. So I left it at work, and it was my intention of taking the knife out of my pocket and putting it in my bag, and I just didn't as we were leaving work. And it's like, fuck, man. But I mean, I got away with that shit, and God. But going back to what I was talking about when we walked in, dude, my goodness, it's been back when I was in my early 20s, I walked to a Dodger game from Chinatown, from Philippe's more specifically.
Okay.
I had somebody dropped my friend and I off at Philippe's, and we ate there, and we walked into the game. Which, in my 20s, that was, it wasn't easy. It's not an easy walk into the stadium, but it wasn't that hard. And so my friend from work, he lives in Echo Park, and he lives like right off Sunset, like literally like 4 blocks. It's like less than a half a mile to Dodger Stadium, to the gate, And so we're trying to figure out like how we're gonna do it. We meet up at his house and take one car in. Do we get an Uber and have them drop us off at the gate? How do you want to do it? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just walk. It's only been like 12 years since my wife and I walked to San Francisco. Like, I should be able to walk into the fucking Dodger game. I'm not that out of shape. It's not like I sit on ass all day. Like, I'm somewhat okay. Like, let's do it. And holy shit, dude. That's a fucking walk uphill. We decided to go down. There's 2 ways to get there from his house. We decided to go down to Vin Scully, the main gate, and walk in with the rest of the fools, the rest of the homies that walk in, the ones with the tall socks, taller socks that down to the food. Yeah, those dudes. We walked in that way, and there were 2 moments, once on the way in and once on the way out, where I was hurting. Lungs were on fire. I'm fucking lumbering, trying to get in. And if there was ever any question about my cardio health, I think I'm good, because if I was close to having a heart attack, it was going to happen that day.
Weren't you a smoker back then too?
I was a smoker. Yeah, I used to smoke. I quit when I was 28.
That's good.
But yeah, this last walk in, like, if I was close to having a heart attack, it would have happened that day, for sure. So I'm cool. But yeah, that was a struggle. On the way back, we saw 2 dudes sharing a bird scooter, which is hilarious. They were all hugged up on each other on the bird scooter going down. And then, if you're familiar with Echo Park, like, all the streets are really hilly.
Yeah.
And so we were yelling at this fool like, "Send it, take me off the fucking hill," and they're just fucking laughing at us. Like, oh, that was hilarious. But yeah, walking into the stadium, that was fun.
Yeah, I haven't really been to LA for a while. I was so tempted to, and I still might go see the band Anthrax. They're playing next Friday at the Palladium, which I used to go back in the late '90s with my brother and all that. But one thing that sucks is the standing room only, and I'm like,
Yes.
"Oh, man,
Well,
I'm getting too old for this shit, man. I want to sit down."
Yeah, the whole Palladium is only standing, right? There's no seats in there.
On a balcony, there's a few.
Oh, there's seats up there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't been.
Those already gone.
I haven't been to the Palladium since the '90s either, and I remember I have pictures. I remember, like, it's just like a warehouse in there, dude. It's like it's all flat. There's no seating.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I know they renovated it, but I don't think they added seating.
Just on top is a few, but those are already all taken. But yeah, I mean, Anthrax. I want to. I wanted to start going. I want to start going places. I mean.
Yeah.
And actually, I just made a reservation for H.R. Giger's having a. Have you been to the Vogue Multicultural Museum in Hollywood?
No.
It's off of Hollywood Boulevard. Check it out. Starting in October, they're having one of those. What do you call them? It's a exhibition, like a moving exhibition. So they're kind of going here, moving as in like they're going to be here for a little bit and then they're going to go somewhere else.
Oh no.
Or traveling. I forgot what they call it. Traveling exhibition or something like that. But
okay.
So it's going to be there from October to February of next year, and they're going to have like his sculptures, his paintings. So I jumped on that shit. And like I'm going to go on my birthday, December 5th. But the thing is. I told my wife, I wanted her to go. It's $40 a ticket, so I got 2 tickets. But what sucks is you get a free T-shirt and a catalog, but you have to go from October to the end of November. So I'm kind of like, but I want to go on my birthday, so I'm like, fuck it. I have so many T-shirts, I have so many of his books and art books, so I'll be all right. So and then I want to go to the auto show this year. Have you been there to the LA Auto Show?
Yeah, I used to go to the LA Auto Show all the time. I prefer. I started going to the Orange County Auto Show recently
Mm.
because it's easier to park, man. Like I like the LA Auto Show. I prefer it. Um, but God, the last time I went down there, it's such a pain in the ass to find parking, dude. And then
No, yeah, you just park in the structure, pay $20. Park in the structure.
by the time I go
Yeah,
down
dude.
there, though, it's always packed. Like
Well, what time do you go?
I go in the evening, like well
Well, there you go,
afternoon,
dude. You
afternoon.
gotta
Yeah,
gotta go to ass crack of dawn, dude. When they
yeah.
open 9 o'clock, that's when I go.
I like to
They have
go.
proper parking.
I like to go to the OC Auto Show because it's not crowded. Most of the same people are there. There's some stuff obviously that's not at the OC show that's at the LA show, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's like kind of like the OC fair versus LA fair. Like same reason basically why I swapped. I go to the OC fair now more than the LA County fair.
Yes and no. The LA County Fair is like 3 times bigger than the Orange County Fair, whereas the auto show
Yeah,
wasn't a huge difference. Last time we went, I used my Disneyland
parking.
pass,
Yes, I
which
remember.
included parking to park at the bottom of Toy Store, and it was just a walk right across the street.
Yeah, I remember that. And even when you don't have that pass, like parking at OC is much easier and cheaper, way cheaper.
It's in the
Um,
same area. That's
yeah.
where you pay to park. They closed that off to Disneyland because remember they gave me a hard time about it.
Oh, I always park. I always park behind the convention center when I go to OC Auto Show. There's another parking structure that's behind it that's got the bridge. It's got a pedestrian bridge that connects you to it, and I usually park there. And like I said, it's cheaper and it's usually way easier. And I can go after work, like I like to do. Like I don't like going there on the weekends because it's so
Oh
crowded,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. I told my wife we're gonna try to go the day after Thanksgiving when all
Yeah,
the idiots are shopping.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
figure, because I'm sure Black Friday is gonna be going on
Oh,
this
it's
year.
gonna be lit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, I don't do Black Friday anymore, but I used to do it. I had my list, and
I never did
I
Black
did it
Friday.
way back when not that many people did it. Just the hardcore electronics people would go out and
Yeah,
do it. But
and
now
Yeah.
everybody fucking goes.
there used to be better deals too, because
Way better deals.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
now the retailers are onto that shit, and it's just a gimmick at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
but the other side of that coin is places like Target and all that have like crazy backstock because of the all the ships are barely arriving
Yeah,
because of all the traffic jam out there in the ocean.
yeah,
Now they're showing like Target where all these like just like crazy um backstock, like I just bought this TV. It's a 50-inch, it's a TCL,
yeah,
not the most amazing brand, but I got it for like 220 bucks at on
Yeah.
Target.
yeah,
I use it for my video games. It's got a Plex. I mean, not Plex. It's got a Roku built
yeah.
in.
Roku built in. Yeah, yeah,
So this is awesome TV. I mean, for 220 bucks, a 50-inch, man.
I
yeah,
bought a pretty nice 17-inch computer laptop for $500 at Costco. Normally
Yeah,
seven was
yeah.
$200 off. I mean, this is a fucking nice computer. The only thing I didn't
Is it
like
is
is
it
it has
Alienware or
No,
no?
he bought it because his Alienware broke.
Oh,
it's not that it necessarily broke. Something weird happened. It
It
wiped
broke.
out the operating system, partitions and all.
So he did something on the dark
Sorry, hold
web.
on. What?
Yeah, time out.
No, I
What?
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
But anyway, it's a pretty goddamn nice computer for
I'm
$498
recording what?
or whatever. And it's my main computer right now because if I can't log into Google, it's not worth shit. Everything I have is on Google and I can't log into it.
We still won't let you. Did you contact their customer support?
Brian, I don't see anywhere to contact customer support.
Oh.
It's an endless fucking loop. It doesn't give you the option to text, doesn't give you a phone number. I've searched independently to try to find that information, and it's the same thing. Takes you to another page that's just like an advertisement. It's fucking impossible.
Oh my God!
Wait,
I'll
wait,
link
wait.
it to you.
What are you saying?
So-
You can't log in?
I'll bet. Let's
I
start from the
can't log
beginning.
into Microsoft or Google. Now, Microsoft, I could give a shit.
Yeah, who cares?
But I have to be able to log into Google. All of my
Wait, what happens when you try to log in? Does it say like
just
it
errors
just tells me that something happened. Try again.
Oh.
Retry. And Brian was saying, well, do the forget your password. You can't, because the first screen is just your username. It doesn't have the forgot. And then when I click into it, it doesn't go to the next screen. It just says, oops, something happened, retry. And it's just, I tried over and over. I uninstalled, I uninstalled the browser, reinstalled it. I tried everything, and I went to the help page. I went through 6 pages of reading stupid shit to try to find a way to contact them.
Sounds like a pepcac error for me. Can you imagine?
I don't know.
Pepcac, you think, maybe?
I don't know. It's not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Pepcac. I say pepcac.
Well, anyway, it's fucking a paperweight over here, and I've been using this 17-inch, which I'm glad it's such a nice computer for the money. I mean, it's fucking nice. I was going to tell you.
What brand is it?
HP.
HP.
Okay, that's nice.
The only thing I was a little bit worried about, not really worried, is it had the integrated card, video. And in the past, Intel integrated wasn't that great. But do you know they've fixed that now? And it's fucking awesome.
Well, curb your enthusiasm. They fixed that, and it's passable now. It's not awesome.
It'll play lower level games. It'll
play Rocket League, bruh. It's passable. It's not awesome.
Intel hired away the chief from what's that? The company that makes all the big video cards.
I know who you're talking about. They hired away the chief from NVIDIA, and
yes,
before
they stole him.
Hold on, before you completely unfold the Intel flag and start waving it around, you should Google and read about the hot mess their discrete graphics release has been, and the shit show that whole thing is. Their ARC GPUs are a fucking shit show. It's a circus. It's a dog and pony show right now.
Well, they've fixed their problem, but and I love the article I read on that. It said, if you've been snoozing the last 6 years, you need to wake up that the integrated video card is not what it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Well, for AMD, absolutely, you're correct. Yeah. That i5, not i5, the Ryzen 5 APU that AMD makes, that's in the Steam Deck. Awesome. 100% awesome. Intel, passable. It's gotten a lot better. 100%. You're right.
I read all the reviews. I read the reviews of the people that review video cards and stuff, and they were all like, "Fuck, this is a lot better."
So read the same reviews about the ARC GPUs that they're trying to launch, because that's a fucking shit show, man.
Yeah.
Shit show. But whatever. For $500.
Well, yeah. Let's back up.
This computer's pretty awesome.
Let's back up. You bought that $500 computer because your $2,000 computer fucking broke. Because you did something nefarious on the dark web, probably.
But it didn't break. That's what I'm getting at, Brian. It didn't. None of the hardware is broken. The hard drive is fine. You could
probably just reformat it. Why not just reformat it?
I did. So he gave it to me, and I took it to work, and I went through a couple of hardware checks, and it was weird. Like the computer saw the drive, no problem, but it was treating it like it was brand new. Not only was the OS wiped out, all the partitions were wiped out. It was like a brand new drive just got popped in there. Like everything
was one
just
drive. There's one drive still in it, Brian. A movie drive. It has a bunch of my movies that I downloaded.
Yeah, the spin drive. The spin drive was untouched. The NVMe SSD is the one that got formatted. Your main boot drive is the one that got formatted. And like I said, it wasn't just wiped. Like it wasn't just like the Windows install was gone. All the partitions were gone. It was completely like you just opened it out of the box and threw it in the laptop. And I was really confused by that.
Did you run antivirus?
Yeah, and so we have stuff at work that I ran, and even like some file recovery stuff that I tried to run unsuccessfully. It was like everything was just gone, like wiped off the planet. And I'm wondering if like he went to something on the dark web or something got executed. No. And it wiped his drive.
Brian, that stuff I do on the dark web is really light shit. I'm barely going in there.
It doesn't matter.
Pretty even stuff. And I always have my VPN on and other protections. What I think it had something to do with the fucking Windows 11 that was loaded onto my computer.
Maybe. But the VPN doesn't protect you from the people inside the dark web. The VPN protects you from the law.
Yeah,
the
it makes me invisible. Not invisible, but they don't
it's
know where I am.
it's
Wait,
more
but this is an older computer. Why did
yeah,
you install Windows 11?
because he's a
It's
consumer.
not an older computer. It's only about 3 or 4 years
That's
old.
old
That's
for a computer. That's
ancient.
old. That's
Yeah,
ancient. Yeah, come on.
I refresh the motherboard and CPU in my office rig every 2 years. A 4-year-old PC, that's ancient.
Yeah.
It's an Alienware.
It
It's not
doesn't. Oh
ancient
No,
my
for
but
god.
why? But why
Alienware.
did you put Windows 11? I mean, Windows 11 sucks.
You know, I've upgraded before, and I haven't read anything horrible about it.
Oh,
It
I
just
read
came
everything
up.
I read about Windows 11 is
It's
horrible.
it's
That's why
absolutely terrible. Yeah.
I'm not touching that thing. No
No.
way.
I had a lot of problems with Windows 11 after it went. I was stupid. I don't know. It automatically downloaded it, but it said you don't have to launch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
obvious every other Windows, right? Windows 8 sucks.
Yeah,
Right?
the
Windows 11.
Windows is the rule of two, right? You got to wait every
Yeah.
2 releases.
Yeah.
You
Every
don't.
two
Yeah,
generations.
yeah, because like,
Windows 11 is on this computer, and I'm not having any of the issues I was having with
well,
the
but
Yeah.
install of
Well,
11.
because it's newer hardware.
yeah,
It's newer
yeah.
hardware.
Number one, yet. Number two, yeah, it's out of box experience. It's
Yeah.
it's different than when you're upgrading a 4-year-old computer to Windows 11. That after Windows said they weren't making any new OSs, and they're already talking about Windows 12.
I know. When I heard about that, I heard they're just gonna keep updating Windows
Yeah.
10, and then here comes 11. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
And then I know Dell's already forcing you to get it. Every time you buy a new
yes.
computer, they stick a Windows 11 on there.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, Brian, they're making it as hard as possible to contact them. And if you tell me it's easy, it's not. So you either need to take this back and you look at it, or you need to get a number or something that you say you used at work and give it to me.
I still think the problem might be between the screen and the chair. I don't know.
No, that's not the problem.
I don't know. It might be a typo or something. I don't know. But
Brian, it wasn't that long ago where I knew a hell of a lot more about computers than you do.
it's been a while.
But the computers, yeah, that's probably been a while.
I wrote code. I knew how to write code. I knew how to do web page. I knew how to do all kinds of shit that you don't know how to do.
You remember that? Remember that video that they made for Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and it was they were fighting, and it's a cartoon, and it's like iPhone, bitch. Remember that? Right now, fucking boomers, the Commodore 64. Stop your horse fooling.
I asked, Brian. I spent
goodness.
20 years at that college.
Ooh.
I ran their whole distant learning video stuff, and I had cataloged and everything. I had written code for it. I did the entire thing.
Anyways,
moving on.
It's not easy to get to.
So I guess I'll circle back around and repeat my story about Comic-Con. All right, for some clarity, for the listeners, why I'm
Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
cool,
while I don't have a lot of enthusiasm telling the story, because I already told it. My card was full on my recorder, and it stopped recording, and I didn't notice, and we were 20 minutes in, and yeah. So, but here we go again. So Friday, went to Comic-Con. 2 of my coworkers and my friend Silent Bean, who we all know from this podcast, and got there, parked. What else? Oh yeah, immediately understood why I don't like Comic-Con. It was so crowded, people everywhere. Went to the vendor hall first, like we always do, and it was disappointing. Not a lot of people there. Overpriced. Everything was expensive. Usually stuff is like between $20 and $30. This time everything was about $60 and up.
People like you saw the cosplayers running around like half naked and stuff.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool cosplayers. There always is, and we saw a really cool Deadpool. This dude was like, he was like fully like selling it. Like he was in the role, right? And I'm glad I talked about this because I thought about something else funny that you guys are gonna like. But anyhow, well, let me just tell the story how we found Deadpool. So I bought those swords for my kids, the Master Swords, right, the foam ones, and they're giant foam. Like you can tell they're toy swords, right? I'm walking through. We're going. At this point, we're gonna go back to the truck, and then we're gonna go wait for our friend. And so we're walking through to go find Ben. Ben had bailed because he was like totally discouraged about the vendor hall. He was like upset. He's like, it's the same shit over and over again. And so he went out to the hallway to sit down and wait for us. And so we're walking through to go find him, and security stops me, and they go, "Sir, I'm gonna have to have you take those swords to weapons check."
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, huh? And he's like, "I need you to go take these so that they could be checked out. You have to go to weapons check with me right now." And I'm like, "Dude, they're foam." And he's like, "It doesn't matter." And I said, "I bought them in there." Like I pointed into the video. I'm like, "I bought them in there." And he said, "It doesn't matter, sir. You have to go to weapons check." I'm like, "Okay." And so I walk with him over to weapons check, and this is where Deadpool is, right? Deadpool's at weapons check because he has like actual swords, but
Mhm.
he has real swords. Like this dude's holding whoever the cosplayer was. And what made it even funnier is this dude's built kind of like Ryan Reynolds. He looks like fucking Deadpool. Like he's built for the part. And he's like the whole time that they're checking his swords, so they're zip tying them together, and then they're zip tying them in the holster so we can't pull them out because they're
Mhm.
real fucking swords. The whole time they're doing that, he's fucking dancing around and singing along to the music that they're playing. It is fucking hilarious, right? And he's fucking doing this and pointing at other people and just doing Deadpool shit, like being stupid, like Deadpool would be.
Mhm.
Quick side note:
Yeah,
Disneyland now added R-rated Disney shit,
yeah, I saw.
and that included Deadpool. And
Yeah,
I just yesterday and today watched Deadpool 1 and 2. How cool!
yeah, yeah. Disney Plus has R-rated stuff now. I mean, if they keep assimilating these brands, I mean,
Oh, they
eventually,
have to.
yeah, they have to add this shit to their
Yeah.
own streaming service, right? I mean, that's what parental controls are for. But, anyways, the security people make me pull the foam sword out of the plastic, right, so that they can tie a band to the end of the sword, showing that it's foam. And I'm like, how can you not tell that these are foam? Why do I need this band? And then the funniest thing, like, it's a light blue band, right? That they put
Mhm.
around the end of the sword. It's a fucking master sword. The end of the sword is blue. They wrapped the band around it and put it back in the plastic. You couldn't even fucking see it. It blended in with the handle of the sword. I'm like, dude, this is a big waste of time. And the whole time, like, I can't even get mad because I'm laughing at fucking Deadpool dancing around and like talking shit to people as they're zip tying his swords together, so he can't fucking pull them out inside Comic Con. And my coworker who was with me, she was convinced that that was Ryan Reynolds. Like Ryan Reynolds was here and he was cosplaying as Deadpool because celebrities do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They
And
do from time to time.
yeah, and so she was convinced because if you saw him, he like I said, he's built like Ryan Reynolds. He looked like fucking Deadpool, and so she was convinced, and I'm like, yeah, or maybe it was Adam Savage because Adam Savage does that. Like Adam
Mhm.
Savage, I always pay attention to the ones that are completely dressed and you can't see their human face underneath, because Adam Savage will do that. He'll dress up as a cosplayer and just roam around Comic Con, and then post it on YouTube later. But he messes with people, right? And so,
You mean
but
the Mythbusters guy?
yeah, the Mythbusters guy.
Oh,
And
oh,
people
that's
have no idea that it's Adam Savage, and then he posts it
cool.
on his YouTube video on his YouTube channel later, like after Comic Con's over. He'll post it like, "Hey, I was this guy. If you interacted with me during Comic Con, it was me," and it's fucking awesome. But this dude wasn't built like Adam Savage is a nerd. Like he's not,
Mm.
you know, you could tell. Like this dude who was playing Deadpool was in shape. Like he looked like fucking Deadpool. It was fucking
Well,
hilarious.
Johnny Depp actually showed up at Disneyland a
Yes,
couple times.
yes, I know.
Wasn't contracted with Disneyland. Kind
Yes,
of showed up in the garb, and people weren't even sure at first because the guy they have working there to do it. I mean, you put the beard on, the costume. He looked like Jack Sparrow,
yeah.
but actually, Depp actually came in and did it a couple times.
Yeah, that would have been cool to come across. That's a cool character. I like that character.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool to come across that. But back to my story for the second time. So we're done with the vendor hall. It's kind of disappointing. Benny's not feeling it. I'm kind of annoyed. We walk back to the truck to drop off our stuff. What little things that I did buy. And I usually unload, like, I carry a backpack with a water bottle and my collapsible stool and all this shit. It's because I'm gonna stand in line. Well, usually at this point, in the previous 2 years, I shed all of that stuff. I'd leave my bag in the truck. I'd take all the shit off, and all the stuff that I bought, like, it all stays in the truck. And then I'm just going at this point. I'm going to look at people. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to get some beer. Like, I'm done with the actual con of the Comic Con part, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so we're walking back. We have a friend who came with us who was in Hall H. He went there to go see the Rick and Morty panel, and so we were going to kill time to wait for him. Walking down the street, I saw the two inflatable Jay and Silent Bob characters outside of the this bar, which ended up being Tin Roof and Gaslamp, which is they're known for like live music. It's a pretty well known place. And so we walk up, and it's the Movies pop up, right? And I knew that Movies was going to be there, and they were going to have a pop up, but I didn't bother trying to get reservations or anything because, you know, there's things that are just hard. It's hard to get in. Like they had a Dungeons and Dragons themed bar,
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
and it was pretty much impossible to get into. Like you had to have a reservation, and if you they had a standby line, but the standby line was like hours long. Like there was some dude my coworker had asked, and he's like, "Hey, how long have you been in line?" He's like, "I've been here for an hour, and I moved one spot."
Oh,
And so we're like,
jeez.
"Fuck this!" You know, we didn't even try to get in. We took pictures of the outside, and we moved on. And so as we're walking up, I saw that there was no line, and so I said, "Fuck it, let's just try to walk in." And so we go to walk in, and the lady at the door stops us, and she says, "Do you have a reservation?" And I said no, and immediately I'm thinking like, okay, we got to move on, right? She's not gonna let us in. And she said, "Do you want the full movies experience, where you're trying to buy food and merch?" And I said, "No, we're just trying to get drinks." And she said, "Oh, that's fine. Just walk in and go sit at the bar." And I was like, "Fuck it, cool, let's go." So we walked in. I'm nerding out, right? I'm taking pictures of all the movie shit. There's a movie, you know, character glasses everywhere. They have the menu up like a real movies, and there's signs like they hung like New Jersey Devils stuff around to make it look like you're in New Jersey, and it was fucking cool. So I'm nerding out. I'm taking pictures of shit. They had movies glasses, right? So when I ordered my beer, I got a glass that I got to keep. That was a pink movies cup, and that was cool. And so I'm sitting there, like I said, I'm geeking out. There's a dude on the mic, and I wasn't paying attention to him or what he was saying. And it turned out to be the guy who runs that Scum and Villainy bar, the Star Wars themed bar in Hollywood. It's the same dude, and I didn't realize it. And so Ben comes. He actually went to the restroom. I see him coming down the stairs. He's got this big shit face grin, and he's coming down the stairs. And he sits down. He's like, "So Kevin Smith's gonna be here?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Is he?" And he said, "Aren't you paying attention to the guy on the mic?" I'm like, "No, dude. I'm having a beer and like geeking out on this shit. I'm not listening to that fool." And he said, "I'm pretty sure he said Kevin Smith is coming." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so sure enough, he gets back on the mic, and after Ben tells me this, I'm paying attention now. And he says, "Yeah, Kevin Smith," and I still can't remember his name. Shit, hold on. What's that dude's name? So the episode of the podcast, it's Mark Bernardin. Mark Bernardin was the guy who came in,
Mm.
and they recorded. So Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin come in, and they record an episode of Fat Man Beyond, which is one of the podcasts that Kevin Smith does with Mark. Live, like right there, like I was sitting 20 feet away from the dude, right? And he's doing Q&A, and he's giving away prizes, and they recorded a whole episode. It was an hour long. It was fucking awesome. Like that was the best mistake of the day. Like we didn't even do that shit on purpose. That was totally by accident, and it completely made up for the vendor nonsense, like the vendor fair part of Comic Con. That was a complete disappointment. That made up for the whole shit, and it made the day that much better. It was fucking awesome.
Nice.
And then the only thing that I was mad about at the end was they were selling merch, right? And they had these really dope fucking shirts, these colored button-up shirts from what's the name of that? RVLST, I think it's the name of that company, that shirt company. RSVLTS. I was close. Um, they have these really cool shirts, and we were thinking about getting one, but I'm like, usually when they do stuff like that, they don't have my size. And then I stopped for a moment. I'm like, wait a minute, it's Kevin Smith. Like he lost a lot of weight, but he
Yeah.
prides himself on being a fat ass. He always has. Like and all of his clothes have always been like oversized. He loves hockey jerseys because they're oversized. He wears hoodies because they're oversized. He always prided himself, like, he got healthy and lost a bunch of weight because he had a heart attack. But before that, he took pride in it. He was a happy fat ass. And so I'm like, I bet you they got fat guy sizing, right? And so we asked him, and sure enough, they went all the way to 4X. And
Oh, wow.
I was like, fuck yeah! And I was gonna buy one, but it was too. They're like, oh, it's too late to buy merch. I'm like, no, fuck.
No.
Yeah. And so I jumped on the website, and they have them on the website. I'm like, fuck yeah! And I looked, and 4X is sold out. I'm like, god damn it! It's
Mm.
because all the Kevin Smith fans are fat asses. That's why. So,
It's never too late to buy merch. That's what they're there for, is
well,
sell merchandise.
I mean, it's a pop up, and plus, like, so as we were sitting there too, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, she probably wasn't supposed to let us in, right? How did we get in here? I
Mm.
didn't reserve anything. I didn't pay for anything. I'm sitting here listening to Kevin Smith record his podcast. Like, how did that happen? And then they announced that Jason Mewes of Jay and Silent Bob, he was coming later, and it was a ticketed event. It was something that you had to pay for, and so they were about to clear the place out. And so it made
Uh,
sense at that point. I'm like, oh, Kevin Smith just did this, right? Because he's fucking awesome. And he just stopped by and did that, just out of, just to do something for the fans. And the actual ticketed event is happening later. And the bartender like told us like no more orders because they're gonna start clearing us out. So that's probably why they said it's too late to buy merch, because it's like, get the fuck out of here, commoner. You didn't buy a ticket. It's time to leave.
right.
Which is fine. It was fine. At that point, I was like, fine, kick me out. I already saw Kevin Smith talk. Like, we're good. I'm good. Um, and so we went about the rest of our afternoon. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then we stumbled down the street, and we landed at this place that was way too fancy for me to be there. Like, there. So let me back up a little bit. When we first dropped off stuff at the truck, there's this restaurant bar place that's at the corner of a hotel that's next to the parking lot where we parked, where I bought my space. And it's a really bougie looking place, right? And so we're walking out, and there's a dude standing there handing out free drink passes. He's like, "Here, free drink on us. Come back at 4 when we open." And I'm like, "All right, fucking cool." And I didn't really pay attention at that point what the place looked like. It's super bougie. I just grabbed the free drink. I'm like, "Yeah, cool. We'll see you at 4, man. You're gonna regret that." And so it ended up being way after 4 because we stumbled upon fucking Kevin Smith, and so we ended up coming back at like, it was like 5, almost 6, and we walk into this place, and we sit outside on the terrace, and they came as soon as I heard them ask me this. I knew it was fancy. She came and asked us if we wanted water, if we wanted sparkling or still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, huh? And my coworker's like, still, and I'm like, yeah, still, as in not carbonated, as in not moving, no bubbles, like still. And so we asked for still water, and they bring it to you in this fucking nice bottle, right? It's a fucking nice bottle of water that she brings it in. They pour it in the little cup for you, and all this and that. And I'm like, this is fucking bougie. We're reading the menu. It's not that expensive. It's just really fancy, like. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I hope it's not tiny food. Because you go to those really bougie restaurants and it's fucking tiny food.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't, thankfully. But they actually had really good pizza that I got there. But when I went in to go to the restroom, I walked in, and everybody, like, how you feel like all eyes on you? Like, I walk in and everybody's dressed up. Everybody's wearing fucking suits and dressed, just to the fucking nines, right? And
Mhm.
I walk in my fucking, I'm wearing a fucking Breaking Bad shirt. It's Heisenberg drawn on the front of the shirt, and shorts and fucking sneakers and a hat. I walk in and everybody's like, "Who the fuck?" like, like I don't belong there, dude. Like, I don't make enough money to be in this place. And
Being that close to Comic-Con, they'd have to
they understood, yeah,
realize that.
yeah. They understood. I'm sure the ownership and the employees, yes, they fully understood. And, I mean, they put a Batman out front. I mean, they knew.
Yeah.
And so, but I walked through this place to go use the restroom, and it's fucking nice, dude. It's like a nice fucking place, right? And I come back out and I tell my friends, I'm like, dude, we don't belong here. I'm like, this place is way too fucking nice. And then they got up and went in the restroom and they came out, they're like, yeah, dude, this place, we don't fucking belong here. Like, what are we doing here? Fucking commoners. So when they bring the check, we had 2 bottles of that still water, right? Guess how much it was for the 2 bottles of water?
Like $40
Yeah, $16 for the bottle.
each one.
For the bottles. And I was like,
Wow.
fuck. And I'm like, next time I'm just gonna get tap water, dog. Like, I'm cool. Keep your still water, homie. Like the
Just bring a hose. I'll take a swig off
yeah
of it.
the water cost more than my drink. It was fucking nonsense. It was nonsense. And if it wasn't for those free drink tokens that we had, our bill would have been astronomical. They actually, like, our free drink tokens like knocked $80 off the bill.
Nice.
It was intense, dude. Uh,
But yeah, like I said, I'll probably go next year. I mean, I don't know. I'll try, but I don't know. It's I'm not a huge fan of crowds, and I don't know, but it'd
it,
be something to experience at least.
if you do it right, so like I never do the breakout halls. Like I don't give a shit about Hall H and all that. That's what people line up for hours, right? I don't really care about watching the panels. It's cool. It would be
Mm,
cool, like every once in a while you sit in on a panel and you get to see something cool, like that one time that they showed Star Wars ahead of time to everyone. I think it was Rogue One.
yeah.
Um,
My
they
favorite movie.
Yeah, they played it for the people that went to the panel. Like so they went, they sat down, they listened to the stars who showed up, they listened to them talk, and then at the end of the panel, they just showed the movie. That would be fucking awesome, but that doesn't always happen.
Right.
And the reason why my friend wanted to go to the Rick and Morty panel was they were going to show an episode for next season's Rick and Morty, which they did. And I was a little jealous about that, sure, but I'm not going to go wait in line for 3 hours for that. Like I'm not. I'll just wait. Like I'm
Yeah.
fine. It's it's
Right.
it's, it's cool. Um, so if you're not into that, if you just want to go to the vendor hall, it's fine, but it does get really crowded. Like there's spaces in there where it's pretty open and you can like breathe, right? But then there's other spots where you're trying to zigzag in between so you see everything, and some of those rows get narrow. And there's some spots in front of the more popular shit like Mattel and Funko. When you get near them, you get into these herds where you're just in this fucking herd of humans, and all you can do is move in the direct. You're like a fish at this point. You can only
Mhm.
go in the direction that everybody else is going. When people stop, you stop, and you have to. The
Jeez.
people start going left, you go left because you have to. Like you have to follow the crowd at that point. You're just in there. You're in it, and that's the part that I hate. It was way easier this year because I didn't have any of my kids with me. The first 2 years I went to Comic Con, I took one of my kids, and so I had a stroller both times. This time it was way easier because I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But it was still like there were a few moments there where I was like this, and I was like, fuck, just fucking move, just go, like just do something even if it's wrong. I don't care, just fucking go.
Speaking of Mattel, did you pre-order that Pulse rifle, right?
I did, yeah.
Me too. Like when is October supposed to? It was like last year when I
Uh,
pre-ordered that thing. I almost
yeah,
forgot about it.
yeah, 10. So 10's October, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I
um,
know I pre-ordered that last year. I was like, I
yeah.
almost
Pre-ordered
forgot about
what?
it.
So
Did it?
they did a Nerf version of the pulse rifle from Aliens,
Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's pretty awesome. It's painted kind of nerfy.
But if I would have, you know, if I really thought about it, I was gonna buy two, paint one to look like the original, and
Yeah,
then leave the other one the way it is.
I totally plan on. So I'm gonna leave it alone for a bit, and but I totally plan on painting it and making it look like the original.
Yeah, the
That's a project I'm gonna do.
olive drab, I think the color is.
Hmm.
Put I think you're also gonna put the digital readout, right, of the
I'll try. So
ammo.
there's plenty of groups out there of people that have built their own pulse rifle,
Yeah.
and they give you parts lists and they give you paint colors and shit like that. So the stuff's out there. You can buy it.
Yeah.
It has a digital counter in it already. That's part of the reason
Oh,
why.
does?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I pre-ordered it, and like that's why I was okay with that price because it has the digital counter. It's pretty cool. And you fucking when you slap the clip in there, it fucking counts all the darts. just
Nice.
like the real thing. It's fucking awesome, dude. But
Mhm.
that was my only thing that I didn't like about it was the way it's painted, and of course it's
Yeah,
Nerf.
it's like yellow. It's this weird yellow.
Yeah, and I'm like, of course it's Nerf, right? They have to paint it that
Yeah.
way, but like, why just not? I mean, you went through the trouble and the money of licensing the thing. Paint it to look like the thing. Like,
I mean, they have to understand. I mean, 10-year-old kids are not going to be running around with this
mm,
thing. It's going to be
it's gonna be adults.
40
Like,
year old
yeah,
40-year-old men running around with these things,
yeah,
and they're going to want it to look like the real thing. I mean, it's not like they're going to, you know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
it's a collector's
yeah,
item as
for
more
sure,
than a toy.
for sure. And they nailed it with the box, and
Hmm.
the overall design is great. It's just the paint color, and like I said, I've already I have it in my mind. I'm gonna paint it. So
Even like some of these like Legos out there. Oh my God, like the Star Wars Legos. The AT-AT,
hmm,
$500, Millennium Falcon, $500.
yeah,
I was looking at the Bat Jet from the '89 Batman Tim
y-
Burton one.
yeah,
Looks really cool. It's like $200. It's like, man,
yeah.
and you got to
But
put this shit together too.
you got to put it, yeah, and but they know that they price them that way because they know it's people like us that are buying them, like
Yeah,
older people, established.
it's- people not really buying them for their 5-year-old kid, 10-year-old
No,
kid. I mean,
no. Well, I
you
do
know,
because I don't do Lego. My kid does though. I've never been good at Lego.
Older people.
even
Yeah,
a Playmobil. Like I got a couple of the Playmobil. I showed you the one, the
yeah.
Ecto one.
I
Now for some reason Porsche made a deal with Playmobil. Now they're making these Porsche models.
I don't doubt it.
With light, the headlights light up and
Yeah,
everything. They
yeah.
look really cool, but they're like 60, $70.
I love my Playmobil DeLorean, the Back to the
Yeah, I
Future
have one.
DeLorean. I love
I
that
have
shit,
my.
dude.
Did you put yours together? I haven't put
Yeah,
mine together
yeah.
yet.
I put it together. You push the button and the shit lights up blue. It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
I have that one. I have the Mystery Machine from
Oh, Scooby Doo.
uh Scooby Doo,
Yeah, yeah,
DeLorean. I have the Ecto one. So yeah, I gotta put those together eventually.
yeah. I love that shit. And then my Ecto one's not Playmobil. It's something else. But I got the
Mm.
Ecto one from the most recent movie, so it's all rusty and beat up.
And what sucks too is well, but this is obvious with Playmobil, even they're double dipping, or like the Ecto one comes with it comes with Janine
Hmm.
and Winston, not Winston, yeah, Winston and Janine. If you
Yeah,
want the four Ghostbusters, you gotta
yeah.
pay like
No,
$12.
no, yeah. No offense to Winston, but it comes with the Ghostbuster you don't want, right? Like you want Spangler.
You want them all. I mean,
Yeah,
but
you
now I have two Winstons because I bought the pack of all
the
four.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
get two Winstons, and you get Egon and
yeah,
Ray and
yeah,
Peter. And same thing with Scooby Doo. Like the Mystery Machine comes with everyone but Scooby and Shaggy. You got to
yeah,
buy those separate.
yeah.
It's like, come
The
on.
two popular characters.
Yeah,
They are double dipping, 100%.
yeah, they know, they're not dumb.
But again, they know our nostalgic dumbasses are gonna buy it, so that's why
Yeah.
they do it, and they're not wrong.
I mean, I'm curious to see what Playmobil is going to do next.
Yeah,
Oh, I think they have the 18. But didn't they do the 18
they
van?
did.
Which
Yeah, they
I
did.
wasn't a big fan of that show, so
That was
maybe I can see.
a little bit before my time. Like
Hmm.
by the time I was old enough to start watching stuff like that, that it was already in reruns. Like it wasn't a thing anymore.
Really? The 18?
Yeah, 18. Yeah,
How
no,
old are you again? You're 40, right? 39?
42. I'll be 43 in a couple weeks.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, time flies, but
Shit, yeah, I'm gonna be 48 in December. Yeah.
time it does go by.
Well, that, and when you get old, things start happening. Like the check engine light comes on.
Oh, dude, I just had to have my shoulder looked at. My shoulder's all messed up right now. I'm
Yeah.
falling apart, dude. Warranty's out.
Yep. I mean, I had to take care of my teeth now. I have retinopathy in one of my eyes.
Oh, don't
I have low testosterone. Man, I'm just.
don't talk to me about teeth, man. So I went through basically my entire 20s without going to the dentist because I didn't have insurance and I didn't have money.
Yeah,
And so
I went.
when I finally got it wasn't all the way through my 20s. I think I was how old was I when I started working at the hospital? It was late 20s
Hmm.
when I got the job at the hospital and I got, insurance, and so I started going to the dentist. And dude, there was so much shit wrong when it was all said and done. After everything was done, like all the root canals, and I say canals plural. I
Hmm.
had several. When it was all said and done, I probably spent about 17 grand on my teeth because
Yeah,
they were that bad, dude.
I'm there with you. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't haven't gone to the dentist for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
When I got married, my wife had really awesome insurance. I didn't have any insurance. Now, I got to fix my tooth gap. That's going to cost $3,000. So I'm going to wait till the
Mm-hmm.
end of the year to do that because you have to take the teeth out,
Yeah.
give me a bridge. I had one root canal, have a couple of cavities I got to take care of.
Yeah.
My wisdom teeth are pissing me off. So I'm like, oh my God.
Don't sleep
But
on the wisdom teeth, man. That's the worst. So still to this day, the worst
Crimea
pain.
River, you
Hey,
guys are
wait,
still
nah,
young.
Boomer, quiet. The worst pain I've ever felt in my life, like I threw up. It was so painful. Was when my wisdom tooth got infected.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking intense, dude. Like my
That should
father-in-law
have came out a long time ago.
before.
I
Well,
gotta
they
take
only
mine
take
out.
them out if they're a problem, and they were never a problem for me. Well, what
They're almost
happened
always
was,
a problem. They took mine out in my 30s.
well, yeah, I was
Yeah.
in. That makes sense. I was in my 30s when this happened. So, um, my he eventually my father-in-law. We weren't married yet, but my wife's father came and had to come and pick me up and take me to the dentist. It was that bad. I called off of work. My wife was at work, and he came and picked me up. And it was so bad on the way to the dentist, I had to have him pull over so I can open the door and yak. Like I threw up, dude. I
Jeez.
just puked on the side of the road because the pain was so bad I couldn't take it.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then when I got to, this was the worst thing that I ever heard a dentist say. When I got there, they said, "It's infected. You need to take antibiotics for 5 days before we can pull it."
Yep.
I wanted to punch her in the face, dude. I was gonna. I was like, I don't care. And she's like, "No, if we pull it like this, you can die. Like you can you can get septic and you can die." And I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to punch her. I was gonna punch this lady in the face. I'm like, you have no idea. Take this fucking thing out. And she shot me up with some Novocaine, and then I went.
Septic.
Well, let's not get into that. She shot me up with some Novocaine, and I went from wanting to punch her in the face to wanting to marry her. I'm like, thank you. Like it was just relief, dude.
Yeah, one of mine is got a cavity in it, so I got took care of that one. But my dentist is my wife's cousin, so she's a really good dentist. So I'm lucky. I mean, even my doctor.
I had to go to a surgeon and have them cut out.
Yeah, well, the thing is she can't do this one because it's sideways. It's impacted.
Yeah.
So I have to go to someone who can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to take care of that one soon because. But then I did she did a root canal, but she didn't put the crown on yet, so I got to do that.
Yeah.
But
so Anthony, you know a little bit about testosterone levels?
Yeah, mine are pretty low right now. So
yeah, you want to know what my testosterone level is?
Here we go.
17.
Wow.
But
Mine's
it's because of
200.
medication that you're on. That's why.
Yes, I'm taking Lupron injections because of the cancer, and the cancer feeds on testosterone, and I'm a fucking 17.
Wow. Yeah, mine's 200, and that's I'm considered like that's below 200 is considered like extremely low.
300 and something is normal.
It sucks, it runs in the family, so
Well, it never ran in mine. Mine was always super high, and now I'm so fucked up.
So I'm debating whether to do the shot or the gel. But a quick story about the gel. I read this story about this. I think it was a little boy who got a hold of his dad's testosterone cream, the gel.
Yeah.
And the mom was like wondering, why is my little 5-year-old son have such a big boner? His balls grew and everything. And the poor little kid was going through all this puberty stuff, and he's like 5 years old, and it's like kind of messed up, But because he had the dad's cream, or the gel, and he was putting it on himself. And
that's hilarious, dude.
They didn't know, or they weren't really told that could happen. Like a 5-year-old kid walking around with a boner, it's like, damn.
That's hilarious, dude.
That was funny. It's kind of messed up, but yeah, that's how potent that stuff is. But I don't know. I might get the shot. I don't know. I gotta see.
I'm just imagining, like, as a father, like, what would my kids do if they had that problem? Like, how would they feel? What's wrong with my dinky?
What's going on?
What's going on here? I'm like, oh man, you're too early for that shit.
Yeah, I think I might get the shot. I don't know, but but that shit's expensive and it sucks. Something that men need, but yet it's like what?
I thought they sell it over there's that website now called Hims, I think is the name of it, and they sell Viagra and shit like that too. But they also sell testosterone treatments. I see commercials for it all the time.
It's like, I know that the gel is like stupid expensive, like $200 for a little vial of the gel.
Yeah.
The shot, I might get the shot. I don't know how much that costs. You have to get it so many times, like every month for I think a year or 6 months or something like that.
I'm living
I
with
would.
17. You can live with 200.
Well, he's
Not really.
considerably younger than you. If I
Well,
mean,
the problem is like I try to work out, but my muscle mass it doesn't grow as it should because the low
Yep.
T, and
yeah,
I mean, I just it sucks. I hate it. I feel like an old man, like I all
yeah.
decrepit and shit.
It's perspective.
I lost 16 pounds. I had to do a bone density test because
Yeah, I'm
all
afraid
this
of that too. Yeah, I
does
want to.
that. And I had lost 16 pounds. I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm going, well, I have no more muscle. I'm losing more muscle, and muscle's heavier than fat. And that's how I lost 16 pounds. My muscle's
Yeah,
disappearing.
right.
It'll
So yeah,
come
so I got
back.
to take care of that.
It'll come back.
Oh, but on the bright side, my bone density was fantastic.
That's good.
1.9 and -1 is the line if you get below -1, and I'm at almost 2. So I'm 3 points higher than bone density, and I knew that was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had my hip doctor told me that I had the thickest,
Mm.
densest bones he's ever seen.
But
So
it just sucks that we get older and all this shit starts happening to us. That's why we got to take care of ourselves. I don't want to be like my mom. When she can't even walk anymore, and she's 84, but still, I don't, because we don't have no kids. So who's gonna take care of us when we're that age? Robots? I don't know.
Not your kids. That
No,
doesn't
I
fucking
don't have
matter.
any kids. Yeah, I don't have any kids.
man, I don't take care of shit. I don't take care of myself. You want me to take care of him? Nah, fuck, what the hell? Are you kidding?
So we gotta, my wife and I gotta figure something out. You know.
Well, that's
Adopt
why.
a teenager now.
Well, yeah, right. The last thing you want in your home is a teenage human. Didn't you watch Planet of the Apes? You get rid
Yeah,
of them when they're teenagers. You don't want a teenage human in your house. Uh,
right.
um, that's why we had three. So like the chances are at least one of them is gonna be like a loving, loyal son who's gonna take care of us when we're old. Like, not all of them
No,
are gonna.
you're
You have a
fucked. The
you have,
most likely person to take care of you would be a daughter, and you didn't have one.
do you have
Well,
twins? Do you
no,
have twin boys? No.
no, they're all two
Oh,
years
they're all.
apart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all 2 years apart. They look so. Ryan and Luke look the same. Like they're the same kid.
Mm,
It's a little terrifying because Luke is starting to have a lot of the same tendencies as Ryan, and Ryan is
mm.
not what I would call an easy kid. He's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. Um, so Austin does look a little bit different than the
That's
other
all I
two.
have. These two. These are my
Yeah,
kids, right?
they'll take care of you.
Austin has a completely different personality than the
Yeah,
other two.
yeah,
And Luke's not to where Ryan is yet, but I can see what you're seeing too.
yeah. And it's yeah. Like I said, it's
Well,
terrifying. Like
do you wish you had a daughter? I mean, like,
no.
you just
So
have all boys. I mean,
yeah.
it's gonna be rough, man.
So I mean, the reason why we have Luke is because we were trying for a girl.
Mm,
Yeah.
Classic, you hear this story 100 times. Yeah, we wanted a girl. We tried for a third. We had another boy. That's how it works. But that was still like the end of it. The three was my max. Because if we would have had more than three, we had to move. Like we don't fit here. Right? Two of them are gonna have to share a room their entire life as it is. Well, their entire life here anyway.
yeah.
And that's no big deal. I mean, people just have too much of everything now.
Well,
I shared a room my entire life. I know people that shared 3 people in a room.
That's
as
messed up, but
as a person who had to share a room almost his entire life myself, I understand the value of having your own space, and so
yeah.
I kind of didn't want to do that to my kids. It's fine. At least Ryan will have his choice if he wants to have his own room, and then when he
Mm.
moves out, Austin can have his own room, and Luke can have their own room for a couple years at least. Because I know the value of that, and I know it's only a matter of time before they try to kick me out of this room.
I was gonna say, yeah, that room looks
Uh,
really mighty tempting. You got
yeah,
what is
yeah,
that? How many square feet is that room?
350.
It's overrated.
Oh,
I mean, having to be
too
in a
big to fit in
tight
there.
space like that, it makes your family values higher. It makes a lot of things better that we've lost today.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just still, it's nice to have your own space where you can go away
Yeah.
from people.
Well, like me, I got my little oasis
Yeah,
away from the wife and the dogs. And
yeah. I mean,
so,
even when I was renting a room with my friends, I was living in a house with five other people, but I still had my own. I was renting my
Yeah.
own. I had my own spot, my own space where I
Right.
can just, if I was feeling antisocial, which happens a lot, I could just tell
Yeah.
everybody to fuck off. I go in my room and lock my door, and I'm in my space.
I guess
Yeah,
I mean, I was lucky when I growing up. When I was growing up, I had my own room. My brother had his own room.
yeah,
We had a three-bedroom house, so parents were in one room. I had my own. He had his own. So
yeah,
yeah, I was lucky
yeah.
and lucky to never live in apartments. I mean, I don't not have, I don't knock people who lived in apartments, but just the apartment life, or it's just I never got
It
used to it.
sucks. It
You
sucks.
could hear your neighbors having sex. You could
Yeah.
smell what they're eating for dinner. It's like, damn,
Well,
ooh, some thin walls, man.
there was a point in time when I lived with Boomer actually at this moment in Norwalk, where we lived right above the manager, and I
Mm.
swear to God, you couldn't crack ass in that place without him pounding on the ceiling,
Are you
like
serious?
yeah, like you rip a loud fart, and he would hit the ceiling and say, "Be quiet!" Like I'm like,
Oh
"Fuck,
my
dude, I hate this
God.
fucking guy." Like he was
Yeah.
such a dick. Yeah, that was good times. Other
Do
apartments
you
that we
remember
lived in,
why we lived in that apartment?
yeah, because I got in a fight with Ralph and I wanted to move out.
No, because you went to the easiest school in the fucking valley and you weren't going
In
to
the
school.
valley?
You were cutting classes and failing classes.
In the valley? We didn't live in the valley. We lived in the South
Well,
Bay.
whatever. It's the secondary valley.
We lived in the South Bay. It was fucking Norwalk.
So I
The
rented an
valley.
apartment that was literally fucking 900 feet from your school.
Yeah, and I went when I felt like it. I didn't like school. Fuck the establishment.
Not not for everybody, I guess.
It's not. College was fine. Regular school, not so much. um,
Yeah, I real quick, like you, I didn't. My junior year, I failed every class almost.
oh, that
I
was my
failed
my
four.
freshman
I
year.
failed 4 out of 6 classes.
Yeah.
My senior year, I woke up and I was going to school from like 5 in the morning to 6 at night. I had co-op, ROP, 6 classes, two English classes, junior and senior,
Yeah.
and I graduated. I the only really cool accomplishment is I got the highest score of the all the students who had to take the proficiency test, the math proficiency for the last time. They gave us one more time to take that test because I was never good at math back then. And that year they gave us the seniors one more chance to take it. So I was like I had this ESL teacher, I'll never forget her. She was actually like me like Miss Miyagi. I mean, she taught me everything, dude. So when I took the test, I only missed like I think one out of like 68 questions. So they thought I was cheating or something. They had to double check. And I'm like, no, no, I was just all wired, man. I knew everything at the time. And, but I graduated, and when I went to college, I think I should have waited a year, but I
Mhm.
went right away. I was so burned out, dealing with my ex, who was crazy at the time. I I was turned off with school because I was so burned out from high school that
Yeah.
I think I should have waited because I really kind of screwed up college.
My
But
senior
uh,
year was fantastic because we were required to go to summer school every year because that's when we did weight training and shit for football and the sports. And since I had to be there, I take prerequisite classes for the following year. I only had 2 required classes my senior year. I didn't have to come to class until noon. I could stay up and watch Carson every night, not have a problem. That was so cool.
Well, I had the exact opposite. I failed every class freshman year. There were some days where uh, I walked in the front door of the school, went to my locker, put my bag in the locker, walked out the back door of the school, and left. And didn't come back the rest of the day. Fuck it. And it was yeah, it was a good time. But I did summer school 3 years in a row to graduate, and I still had to do like the last year of summer school. The
uh,
last bit of summer school I had to do at an adult school because I was over 18, so they wouldn't let me do it at the high school anymore.
did they let you walk?
Yeah,
Did you get your
I could
diploma?
have. I didn't walk, but I could have. Yes, I got a
Uh,
diploma, not a GED. Um, but it was just because of rules for the district.
mm.
When you're over 18, you can't be doing summer school there.
Well, remember how funny this is when Ryan starts disappearing from school.
Yeah, it's a little bit different now. His mom's a teacher, but anyways, and I did what you should have done. Like after high school was done, I was like, fuck. I didn't even think about college until
Yeah, I should have did that.
yeah a year later, and it was really my friend Benny who wanted to take classes at LBCC. He wanted to take music engineering class. This was back when we wanted to be music producers. Every kid in
Mhm.
Hollywood, every kid who grows up in California wants to be in the music industry. Um,
Yeah.
but that was like that wasn't even really that serious. I didn't really seriously consider college until I was like 22,
Yeah,
21,
I actually
21,
did that.
22. Yeah.
But you know, the funny thing is the decisions we make in life, like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So there was the reason why I went to college and I failed, and I started working in the game industry. I was lucky to get a job at a company that to developing video games.
Yeah.
Instead of going to art school and all that. But you know, yeah, just sometimes I think about that, but I try not to dwell in it. Like, oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But what does that do? Can't
Yeah.
change the
Does
past.
nothing.
It does
Doesn't do you
nothing.
any good to do
I,
it.
I can't change the past. No, I
No.
just could just learn from it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Can't predict the future and you can't change the past. Just live
Yeah,
every day
yeah.
in the day.
And right now I'm just
Brian had it
working
pretty
it.
lucky with college. I had it all laid out for him. He didn't have to do anything.
You see this look?
Yeah,
You see this look right here? You see that? All laid out. All laid out, huh?
Yeah.
I changed my major twice because I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. All laid out.
I mean, the path to going to college was all there. You already knew your teachers. You knew your teachers. I already introduced you to them, and it was all I knew everything you had to do. I'd been in the system for so long.
So I had
It's an advantage, Brian, whether you think it is or not. So many kids struggle just trying to deal with finding your classes, what's required, what isn't required. It's a big deal.
yeah. So I had a counselor.
yeah, counselor. I
I
had
had a
mine too.
That's what the counselor's for. Nobody goes see
Yeah,
counselors like that.
No, they used to come see me, the assholes. Piss me
Uh,
off. I'm going, you do know that just over there in the next building, they pay people to do this? Why are you coming to me?
well, people would look at like years later, when I was taking classes at Cypress over here. I'd already had my job at the school district. I was taking classes to learn something new, and it was just a much different dynamic. College is so much more fun when you don't have to be there.
yeah,
And so, um, the younger people that were in the class with me, like they were doing that shit. They were asking me like, "Hey, so do you know like what track are you on to graduate?" I'm like, "Track? I'm not on a track, homie. I'm just taking this class because I want to learn Cisco shit."
yeah,
I'm like, "There's no track." And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do this and that." And I would tell him the same shit. I'd be like, over there's counselors. They're
yeah,
organized by your last fucking name. Like you just go and say, "My last name starts with Q. I need to see her." And
yeah,
you just go. And they tell you what you need and they map it out.
yeah,
They'll grab a catalog and they'll circle and highlight and they'll give it to you and say,
yeah.
"Here, go."
You tell them what you want to do, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you take this class, take that class, and then take
Yeah.
this one. Don't
And
take this one. Don't take that one.
The
Yeah,
first
and
2 weeks of the term, especially the beginning of the spring term, I always volunteered for the help tables. They were situated throughout the campuses. And I swear to God, I'm manning this thing, and this kid comes up, looks like he's 12, but he was 18 years old, and he's asking me questions, and then he's like, "Okay, how do I know when to go to lunch?" And I look at him, and I'm going, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well,
they're
I'm
high
not
school
sure. There's
kids.
no bells, and I'm not as my schedule doesn't tell me when my lunchtime is." And
They're
I'm
high
like,
school
"Buddy,
kids.
you got to have a ways to go. You go to lunch anytime. You don't have to be in
yeah,
class, bud. It's all up to you. Whatever you want to do."
That was the
yeah,
other thing that there was a couple of youngsters in one of the classes I was taking at Cypress, and this amazed them, right? So we had a teacher who notoriously went overtime, right? And more than one occasion, because I'm like, it's a late class. By the time the class gets out, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I got kids. And so at 9 o'clock when the class is supposed to end, a lot of times I would just start packing up my shit, and I would get up, and everybody's like looking at me like, "What are you doing? He didn't say we could leave yet." I'm like, class is over at 9, bro. I fucking put my bag over my arm and I'm out. And they were so dumbfounded by that. I'm like, it's not high school, motherfucker. You don't have to
yeah,
wait for him to tell you you could go. The
yeah.
class
You
is
can just
over at
leave whatever you
9.
want. Yeah,
Yeah, the class is over at
yeah.
9. If he goes past 9 o'clock, you stand up and say, "Yo, I'm leaving," like, and you leave. You're a fucking adult.
That or like some of the classes I remember taking where we would just take them just to, like you said, learn stuff.
Yeah,
But yet there's students there that are trying to take it for the curriculum or to
yeah,
get the general ed, and they're freaking out like, oh my God, you don't have to take the final. I'm like, no, I'm just here
yeah.
to just to learn.
And they're
Yeah,
still they're still like they're in high school, like they're terrified of the professor.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, I make more than he does. Like, fuck
Well,
that guy,
I used
dude.
to, one thing I could never stand, and I did this was I couldn't stand when the teacher would make the students read like a paragraph, they're reading a story,
Yeah.
they would come to me and like I would say next, and they would say, "Oh, you want to read?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to read." Okay, I'm paying you to teach me. I don't
Yeah.
want to read.
I'm not gonna read
Okay,
that shit.
I'm reading it in my head. I don't need to
Yeah.
read it out loud. I just hate that, man.
Yeah.
I used to torture the teachers. I had like 200 credit hours. I mean, I had so many classes. I could take a class for free. And if the teacher was kind of a dick or something, I'd stay up at night figuring out questions to ask this dumbass. There was no way I knew he could answer the question. It was fun toying with him.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Pasadena City College, and man, it was like a disco with books, like Chris Rock said.
Disco with
It
books.
seriously, I met a bunch of girls, partied a lot. That's all he really did. But like I said, that's why I probably should have taken a year off. I didn't
Yeah.
care. I really didn't care because I was so burned out from high school.
Yeah. And college
I
was
broke up.
fun.
I broke up with my ex. I was free. It was awesome.
That was the problem though. Like I had fun in college, and it took longer. It took like 3 years and some change for a 2-year degree because I fucked around. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and so like
Mhm.
the first 2 semesters really were a wash because I started on the Cisco track because I thought that's what I wanted to do, but then I didn't realize how boring that shit was. Like dealing with Cisco switches, like that shit's boring, dude. And
Yeah,
so
it's fun.
it wasn't fun, and I didn't want to do something for a living that I wasn't having fun doing. And so I changed my major to something else, and then got through like another like semester. Yeah, it was just one semester through that, and then I changed it again just to CIS, which is what stuck with.
Mhm.
But I burned like almost a year just trying to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do. And it wasn't a complete wash, I guess. There were a couple classes, like core classes, math and English, that I took those first 2 semesters that were necessary.
Yeah, I
But
hated general ed. I hated all my general ed
yeah,
classes.
and
English, math, all
yeah,
that shit. Fuck
and
that.
I tested into college English, but for math was never my strong suit. I tested into Math 99, which was high school algebra, and I'm like,
Same
yeah,
here.
yep,
Yeah,
yep, that's about right.
same here.
And I had to do what? Oh man, I hope I don't get sued. What my classmates and I referred to as retard math is what I had to do, which was Math 99,
Uh-huh.
and high school level math basically. I had to do that, so that set me back too. But yeah, I was there. I was in Albuquerque for almost 4 years. To
I didn't even have algebra in high school. I had to go online and teach myself algebra just
Oh,
to pass the test to get into it.
you're such a fucking nerd. I hate math so much.
Me too, man.
I'm probably
Math is life, bud. They only required two
eh,
years of math when I went to high school. 4 years of PE, 4 years of English, 2 years of math, and once I got out of school and got into machining and this and that, I had to fucking learn everything all over myself. Every day I
nah.
used math.
Numbers make my head hurt. Before we get into it too much more, we're at an hour 15. We can stop.
Okay.
But yeah, just really quick, like numbers make my head hurt. It was never fun for me, and I am kind of a rare breed. I'm a computer guy that doesn't like math. Most computer people like math.
Yeah.
Numbers are your friend.
I don't. I don't like math.
Like I don't like it because I'm more on the creative side. So when I did the IT thing,
Yeah.
I would see numbers in my head and all this, but it would just freak me out. But that's why I'm more comfortable doing on the
Yeah.
creative side, creating
It,
graphics, all that stuff. I could do that all day.
yeah, and
I love spreadsheets.
it's not a,
I
well
could do.
spreadsheets. I'm becoming more accustomed to in recent years, but it's not. It was never a thing where I couldn't do it. I can do the math, right? I just don't
Mhm.
like it. And like having to do math just fucking hurts my head. I don't want to do it. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
My brain is lazy. And when you try to
I,
give me shit like that, it tries to find an easy way out of it. It's like I don't
I
want to do
always
it.
had those students when they were doing Excel in the Microsoft class, and they're like, "Well, this is stupid. It's too
Yeah.
hard." And blah blah blah. I don't understand Excel, and I go over to help them, and they're
Yeah.
showing me the problem. I'm going, "Dude, it's not Excel. You don't understand. It's a simple math problem. Do you know your orders of operation? You don't know math."
Well, that's different. That's very basic. Everybody should know the orders of operation.
Mhm.
But Excel isn't easy, and I have probably one of the most patient people in the world as a coworker, who, out of the kindness of his heart and to make his life easier, took the time to teach me Excel, as much as I hated it. And I think
Oh,
he
I
could see
love
it.
it.
I think he could see it in his eyes every time he would tell me, like, try to teach me something about Excel, he had to see my eyes like just glaze over. Like, if I could just go into a comatose state, like I don't want to fuck, like I would just tune it out. He had to see
Yeah.
that, but out of
I
the
have formulas in some of my
uh,
spreadsheets that are fucking 30 characters long.
yeah, see, I'm not down with that shit, dude. I'm not down with that shit.
Yeah.
But he's taught me quite a bit, so I've become more accustomed to spreadsheets lately. But I still hate fucking math.
Jean, you remember Jean, right?
Yes, of course I remember Gene.
Well, she did accounting for a living, and she
Yeah.
would come. She taught Excel in school at the college, and she would come to me to figure out these huge math problems in Excel. She'd come to me to figure them out.
Sounds like she shouldn't have been teaching it.
Well, I mean, the stuff that she was
Don't.
doing was next level, and the stuff that I was doing,
Yeah,
the car payment formulas, was next level.
I'm just talking shit. If you're listening, don't curse me. I'm sorry. But anyways, all right. Anything you
All
guys
right.
got? Anything you want to add?
No,
No.
nothing new with Disneyland. Same old, same
Oh
old. We
God.
don't know if they're going to redo the passes or not. Normally, within 30 to 40 days of your pass expired, a little button comes up in your profile. Those buttons aren't there still yet.
Well, one can only hope that they just give them up altogether. But anyways,
Bullshit.
all right.
Scaring him.
For the good of the order. All
Yeah.
right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Good night.
All right, guys.